We've got a construction tour for you today. Hello and welcome to the Capital Luxury Update with Matt Cheney, a series of short videos showcasing the latest trends in the Capital Region's luxury real estate market. Good to see you, John.
It's good to see you. This man sold a lot of units for me
thank you, John.
over the years.
Well, thank you for trusting me.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure. So today we're going to give you kind of a behind-the-scenes tour of a huge development. Duball's working on this phase 1 and phase 2 of Rockville Town Center, and we're on top of phase 1 right now. It's completed. It's in a hotel, an apartment building, and as you can see in the background, under construction is phase number 2.
Yeah.
And John, I'd love to hear some specs from you. What are the specs on the whole development?
Well, phase 1 is probably close to 580,000 gross square feet. It has the 263 unit Upton apartment in it. It has the Cambria Suites Hotel, which is right here, across from Choice's corporate headquarters across the street.
That's right here.
Yeah,
okay.
That's Choice. And we have about 16,000 square foot of retail, including the Panera, World of Beer, which is my favorite. And then we have about 600 parking spaces in this garage.
Okay.
So phase 2 is going to be 2 residential components. One which is called the Ansel, which is 250 market rate apartments.
And when you say market rate, what does market rate mean?
Well, there's not a MPDU requirement for those 250. However, we have 100 HOC who's teamed up with us on this project. They have 150 senior housing component, of which 112 will be affordable and 38 will be market rate.
So is this kind of workforce housing, affordable housing?
No, it's for seniors. It's for seniors.
Okay.
It's senior
Very
housing.
nice.
So HOC's piece is 150 senior housing. Ours is 250, the Ansel market rate apartments.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So in figuring out the rents, market rate, you get to charge whatever rents you would like to charge,
Whatever the market will bear,
right? And
so,
have you already leased up a fair amount of units in phase 1?
Upton's been leased for many years. It's done very well. It's typically in the high 90s occupancy. You know, it does very well on a dollars per square foot basis.
Okay.
It's across the street from the metro, and you can walk to all the different shops and restaurants in Rockville Town Square. So the Upton has done very well even through the pandemic. So
very nice.
You know, there's a lot of biotech in Montgomery County, which helps this.
That's not too far from here, right?
No, that's right. We are in Montgomery County.
One question I really have is, how did you get into becoming a developer?
Oh, well.
Is this something you woke up one day as a 15-year-old?
I spent the first part of my career as a general contractor, building what other people were telling me to build, and I like that. But I wanted to have some control over what gets built. Like, you know, whether we have a golf simulator or what the floor tile is or what I wanted to have some input on the end result. And, you know, I traveled to Italy, you know, when I was working as a general contractor for a trip, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool over here. These people can walk and I was like, man, I'd like to build things that are walkable and cool here in America. And I just decided I wanted to have a little bit more creativity into what gets built. And that's why I joined, became a developer in about 2001.
So I'm pretty sure these folks want to see the amenities of this building, and we want to go see some construction as well. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, so what we have here is our club room.
Okay.
And the idea is it's a place where the residents can work. A resident can rent it out for a party.
Very nice.
Great bar area. If you come over here, there's lots of little private areas where different groups can mingle.
Very nice.
We see through fireplace. And then we have, so you could have, some residents could gather in here and they could like look out over the town.
Very nice.
And, you know, you have a little area. I think we've removed some stuff for social distancing, obviously, but the views are spectacular.
This is really cool.
Yeah, and
we can even see, that's Tyson's Corner right there, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And you can see Sugarloaf Mountain.
Sugarloaf Mountain.
And on a clear day, you can see the Shenandoah Mountains or whatever it is.
That's very cool. All right, John, so I'm curious, so you're building these apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And there seems to be this, mentioned before, this amenity race. Do you have to dedicate more square footage on each building progressively, more so than maybe 10 years ago?
In these urban cores, we have been. And, you know, as people, and now in light of the pandemic, are more flexible to work from home, for example, you have to dedicate some more space in the amenities for like places to do where they can work from home remotely, whether it's do a podcast or, you know, when we designed other buildings, we never needed podcast studios, right? And then from a fitness perspective, fitness options are growing. You know, it's no longer just a couple of weights and machines, and you know, it's spin rooms, and
Right.
yoga and Pilates has taken off. And there's a lot of services you can buy. So we have a nice yoga room in this building.
Right.
We had to make it bigger in the next building. So there's been a,
Like, would you what
about
percentage
40% bigger.
40% bigger,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
You know, this has been a tremendous, like this building has great retention. Why? The staff is excellent. Bazooka
Okay.
management does a great job. The amenities are good. They're spread out.
Right.
So we have and I'll show you this. We have an area by the pool, lots of different areas where people can grill. We have areas people can grill up top. We have a lot of different areas that people can spread out, enjoy this, it's like a hotel, and still feel like they've got some privacy. So this is, you know, our outdoor fire pit area, but just remember what I said about you want to give people different places to have a little party,
That
right?
makes
Or
sense,
get together
yeah.
with friends.
Absolutely.
And so we have here, 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 you know, and the more of that you can have, the more comfortable people feel living in a, you know, a densely populated urban area.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and so this parapet was too high when we
Okay.
built this,
Yeah.
so I put these in so you could look over. Now there's nothing to look over at because our building's there.
Right.
But these buildings are mirrored. You know, that building's a little bit taller by 3 stories.
Right. They
But it has
complement each other.
yeah, they're mirrored right down the center of the street.
Very nice.
What's crazy was this used to be the site of an old mall.
Okay.
Rockville had a town center, and it was demolished to some extent to build this massive mall.
Okay.
And the mall
Do
took away,
they tear up like old 1850s townhouses?
yes,
type
and
stuff?
they put the mall in, and the mall opened I think in 1972, and it took away the street grid.
Right.
And you know, I don't know what year the mall was finally demolished, but part of this project was to reestablish the street grid.
Right.
We put a street right down the middle.
Had there been a street here before, historically?
Probably there was, but we did this. We're on top of the old mall. We in fact found parts of the old mall when we built this building
way.
and when we built that building. All the caissons were down to bedrock. So
Right.
it's been
How many stories down does the
our
structure go?
garage goes 4 stories down in each.
Okay.
And but part of it was kind of the rebirth of Rockville.
Right.
You know, like some of the artwork I have signifies the rebirth. But yeah, that mall did not make this a walkable, fun place.
Right.
And hopefully with all these shops and restaurants and you know, it all comes back.
So, rough numbers, do we have, 650 apartments, more or less?
Yes.
Does that include all the HOC units?
So it's 400 plus 263. So 663 apartments.
And then
here.
how many hotel units?
140 room hotel, Cambria Suites Hotel.
So are we close to 800 total units?
That's right.
So potentially there's 8 to 1,000 people that
Yeah.
live here now
That-
on
well,
a
we
regular
hope,
basis.
when
that
this
are
is
gonna
done.
move
That's right.
around, and
That's right.
we're going to shop at the CVS or go grab a coffee.
Hopefully
or
there'll be-
eat at the restaurants here.
Hopefully there'll be a World of Beer, you know, or the
Okay.
Panera, or the new, you know, the retail that we put into
Right.
that space.
Absolutely.
And the theater will open at some point, and they'll support the theater. You know, this pandemic's not going to last forever.
Right.
Let's hope.
Right. Absolutely. That's cool.
So Matt, this is our lobby for the Upton.
Very nice.
What's up, Orlando?
It's like a double vaulted ceiling right
Yeah, very nice.
there. John, who designs your lobbies for you?
So you're familiar with a property called Lionsgate, which
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
Phyllis Hartman.
Yeah.
And this is the Hartman Design Group. She did an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
She also did the Cheval, the Stone Hall for us, and she's doing the Ansel.
So she does good work then.
She does good work for us. And she happens to be right across the street. If she
Very
doesn't like
convenient.
something, she lets me know it. But you know, this is that's that secret door to the old storage room.
Right.
And then we thought that was enough space when we opened the building, and it was.
Right.
But now we have, how many storage rooms do we have now for the Amazon? We have more down there. We have that big.
About 6 to 8 lockers on G1. And
Okay.
dozens others on other.
Yeah.
G1's
We
that's the
just-
garage level. Those would have been storage.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
Amazon folks can come right in, put it in a locker.
That makes sense.
But that's just an example of how things have
Absolutely.
changed. All right, you ready to roll?
Cool.
Let's do it. Side, I got to get you a hard hat. We're going to walk through this overhead protection.
Okay.
And then we're going to ride up a hoist.
That sounds cool.
That's actually the theater exit stairs. We're on top of the theater right now. There's
you're right
13
down
movie
below.
screens under this street.
No
and
way.
the theater pops up right there, and then our other building right over there.
That's cool.
So we had to build around it.
That's very cool.
So are. They're technically on your property, or they have an easement? They have an easement.
Okay. So John, these are like makeshift elevators, basically.
Well, I mean, they're man and material hoists.
Okay.
And they have to be certified and inspected.
Okay.
But we won't have our real elevators for a while. And once you top out concrete, shortly thereafter you lose your tower cranes.
Right.
So you have to provide a way to get people up and down into the building.
Right.
This is a little scary, but you'll be okay.
So the tower cranes which you use to lay the concrete, right?
Yeah, the tower crane allows us to frame the building and move materials up the building. And we also have something called a placing boom that Schuster uses to actually pour the concrete. But the tower crane moves the rebar, the scaffolding. So she's going to take us as high as she can. Hola, can you take us as high as you can?
There we go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So this is...
so I would assume, if I remember correctly, when you lay concrete, it takes about, every 2 weeks you get laid another floor? Or is it 21 days?
Well, it depends on the size of the floor. Right now, all the way up. Oh, okay. Right now, these guys, towards the tower, we're the smaller footprint.
Okay.
They're going about a floor a week. A floor a week.
Okay. Every 7 days.
Yeah. It also depends on the complexity of that.
Okay.
Like, if it's got ramps, the size, like our big, where the garage is and up to the 8th floor, those take several weeks. Okay. Because there's a lot of floors. Okay. But once you get up to the tower and it's a small footprint, you can do a floor a week.
Very nice.
It's hard to beat that, I think.
And is there a time, so there's a period where you lose some time where you have to take the tower down and before you put the elevators in, right?
What'd you say?
When you take the crane down and then you build the elevator in, you lose like a week or two of construction or something?
No, because we have this.
Gotcha.
So we won't take this down until the other elevator's up and running.
Gotcha.
What floor are we on? 13?
Okay. 13.
So here you see we're on the 13th floor, and you already see the plumbing risers coming up.
Wow.
You know, ductwork is coming up. We're going to keep going up.
Okay.
Well, actually, we can walk over here. But as you go down through the building, you'll see more progress on each floor.
So drywall, windows, things like that.
Yeah, you can't wait until everything's done. You'll never meet your schedule.
Right.
So
how many months does it take to build a building like that?
this is about a 27-month schedule. The superintendent that built this building also built phase 1, Mike Burns.
Okay.
He also built Cheval.
Okay.
So we have high confidence in his ability to get this done.
Yeah.
So Matt, we're in our club room on the 18th floor.
18th floor, okay.
And unlike phase 1, it's much bigger. It goes from all the way over there.
So it doesn't go over those windows over there?
All those windows over there.
Okay.
We have a WeWork area. We have a nice big bar here. We have another big area over here for meeting and relaxing.
This is amazing.
Yeah. And then there's we'll have a glass enclosure to take you up that opening to the roof
right
deck.
over here?
Yeah. So this whole area is a club room.
This whole space right here.
This whole thing, 360 degrees.
Holy cow.
And these are supporting the concrete that's getting poured above.
So is this concrete drying right now?
This concrete's drying, and every floor going down is progressively stronger.
Okay.
So these might go down 3 or 4 floors, because the wet concrete that's getting poured above us is supported by like 4 or 5 floors. This is called reshore.
Okay.
All right? So we'll go up to the main roof deck. Okay. But this is where our staircase will be.
There's going to be a glass
This will be a glass
right
box, and this will get you up to the roof deck.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so we'll come over here.
Fine. So there are going to be apartments on this floor right here then, right?
Yeah. And so there will be apartments on either side. Watch yourself.
Okay. We're on the roof now, aren't we?
This is our roof deck.
So is this going to be the swim pool right here?
The swimming pool's down on the 9th
Swimming
floor.
pool's down here. Okay.
But this will have bocce courts and places you can grill.
You're gonna have bocce courts up here?
Bocce, or yeah, we'll have all types of stuff. So this whole area
is
is
awesome.
connected to the club room. So you could reserve it, have a big party, and have your friends come up here.
Is there gonna be another club room over there? Or is that
No,
kind of
that's an
utility?
architectural feature.
Okay.
Probably cost me more than I wanted to spend. Slipped by me.
Right.
I've said this before, no matter how long you look at the drawings,
Yes.
sometimes things slip by you, and you're just like, what are we doing here? But I love it. We're excited about
That'd
it.
be cool.
I'd like to light it if I could. So I don't know if we have that in the budget. We're always time and money conscious, you know?
Right.
But I'd like to put some LEDs around it. That's just it's a big rectangle. It looks like that.
So if you light up, people can see it from far
Everywhere,
away, right?
everywhere,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that Reston out that way, right?
That's Reston, that's Tysons, and now you can see the mountains out there.
Very nice. Wow.
All right, so let's head
this is
on down.
amazing.
So Matt, you talked about amenities, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
This area, entire area, from over there to over there is all dedicated to fitness.
This space right
This
in
whole
here.
space. So there will be a spin studio, yoga studio, and then this is all weights. And you know, I've got some great developers here. Colin Dean works with us, and Austin Gable, and they're younger than me.
Yeah.
And they help me. They love to pick the weights, you know, like what we
absolutely.
use.
Yeah.
But I like to spin, as you know. And so we have spin bikes, yoga, everything. And then you just come right out to the pool. And just like in phase one, the pool's right there,
Yeah, exactly.
but I didn't have that big shaft that I was telling you about in phase two. I
you
split them
mixed
up.
it out,
There's
right.
one, and there's one over there. So now you can at least look out.
That's very smart.
And you can even watch the TV over there at the Upton.
That's
We're going to have our own TV. So let's go down and look at a couple of units that are under
That
construction.
sounds good.
So here you can see where we've got the metal studs.
Very cool.
And you know,
I guess, John, you don't use wood studs in a
not in a high rise, no.
No.
But one of the things that we believe in at Duball, that Mark Dubick feels strongly about, is being able to see great light and have great windows. And so
That's important.
I believe that light sells, you know.
Absolutely.
And so when you walk in the door, you want to see light. Now this has got a protective film on it, so it looks a little like used.
That's basically floor-to-ceiling windows there. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
floor-to-ceiling windows. We have a lot of that in this building.
That's cool.
This gets you more rent. You know, high ceilings, 9-foot ceilings for an apartment is fine.
That's good.
And then, like, you know, we always pay attention to the demising wall. Double
Okay.
stud, 2 layers of drywall, heavily insulated. If people hear their neighbor,
Hey, Stefan, you want to zoom in on this?
double stud, double
So
track.
if you show that double studs, that shows how wide the wall's going to be.
And then 2
So that
layers
way
of
you can get more
drywall.
insulation in there. Yeah. Make the window that much more quieter from one unit to the
Yeah,
next.
you know, you have 40% turnover in an apartment building. And if you have a great management company that keeps people happy, and if people like, if they're not hot or cold, and they like the sound,
Right.
you know, then they're more likely to stay and renew their lease. And so that's what we like to do, is try and have a quiet unit, a comfortable unit, and a great management team.
That's smart.
And if you do those things, you've got to stand there. And great light.
Absolutely.
Great light. All right, let's go down and look at one in drywall, shall we?
Let's do that.
So Matt, now we're in a unit with drywall hung and finished. We're on the 2nd floor, and even though we're pouring concrete on the 19th floor, we still have
That's
the building.
amazing.
We have temporary heat, we have temporary power, and we've sealed the building enough to prevent water, so we don't have mold and issues, so we can progress with this work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I see that there's some purple drywall on here. Is
Yeah,
there a
that-
reason for that?
Yeah, that's just, it's more mold resistant, so we have 2 kinds. This is Durock, which is great for a shower.
Okay.
You know, it can withstand being completely wet, and the purple board helps you with mold.
So this is like mold resistant.
Exactly. So for the shower, you have Durock,
Yeah.
and then you have the purple board for the areas
Very
inside
smart.
the bathroom, because this gets all steamy. So.
Absolutely.
But you know, you can see
See,
we're
I see some more of it here. Is this the kitchen, I guess?
Yeah, it's probably, there's a sink right
The sink's
there.
right here?
Exactly.
That makes sense.
So it's just a small design feature that we do. And again, we try and have big windows. We think that helps. Quiet, big windows, and comfortable.
Gets a lot of light in
Yeah,
here.
so it does. Right, and this is skimmed concrete. That's not drywall.
Wow, look how flat that looks.
Yeah. And we did that at Lionsgate, if
Nice.
you remember.
Very nice.
All right, let's go take a look downstairs.
John, I would say thank you for giving us the tour of
Absolutely.
the Rockville Town Center Phase 1 and Phase 2. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Well, anytime. I think I just want to say one more thing. For me, what makes this great is that I'll see the same people that did a project with you and me in 2005.
Right.
I'll see the same foreman. And I know the electrical foreman that did the fire alarm here, I know he'll get it done here. And so for me, it's the human element of this, which really puts the icing on the cake. Like I walked in, I saw Bert. Well, Bert finished 3 buildings for us in terms of the unit finishes. So I can sleep at night knowing that these units are going to be done right because I got the guy who's done 3 buildings for me. So in any event,
that is awesome.
I just want to say that because well, you're the best. This
Well, thank
man
you, John.
sold Lionsgate for us. Then you sold Foxhall Ridge for us.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
And it was so much fun. And we are Bobsy twins.
That's true.
That's right. All right, buddy. There's that guy I was just talking about. Turn the camera around. Aaron, this man did that building, the fire alarm. He's doing this building. He saved me a Chevelle, saved me a Stonehall. I'm just telling these guys, that's what makes me happy.
He's the fire alarm
I can look
boss.
him in the eye in the heat of a battle, and I'll know he'll get it done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's
That's
a good
very
man.
cool.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for
All
joining
right,
us
guys.
today.
I did not plan that. He just happened to walk by.
No, you didn't. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today
you
for the
very
Capital
much.
Luxury Update. John.
Stefan, you're the best.
John, thank
All right,
you.
brother. I'll see you. I got to run. Sorry, I got to run.
There's your hat.
Yep, I got it.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye, folks.